some people meet you in very transitional phases of your life, and you are presented to them as a test. Spirit wants to see how they'll treat you when you aren't quite who you'll turn out to be yet, to see if they are worthy to be in your life when you get to where you're going. Shout out to Connecting with Source 444 for that message. Okay, and the reason why I wanted to share that message, collective, if you clicked on this message, more than likely it's because God has shielded you from so much heartache and disappointment, and that's why things did not work out in your favor. You may have been questioning recently why things haven't been working out, why things are frustrating you, why things seem like letdowns and heartaches and disappointments, right? But it's simply because your spirit guides, God does not play about you, collective. And I know a lot of people say that and it's becoming like so watered down, but that is just a truth and a fact for you specifically. Okay, like your spirit guides, like you're the type of person, you don't say that. God don't play about you. You're not the type of person who goes around boasting and bragging about your spiritual protection. It's just, this is what happens, right? This is just a fact. This is what it is what it is, right? And that's just what I'm telling you. I'm not just saying this just talking out of my neck. No. The Most High God really don't play about you. Your spirit guides and your ancestors, they don't play about you. And it's because you don't play about them. You don't play about God. You don't play about the spirit guides. You don't play about your ancestors and angels, right? You go hard for them, so they go hard for you. And, you know, so many people they have protected you from so many people, and you know, they have saved you from so much, from seeing so much and experiencing so much. Yes, you've already went through a lot of heartbreak and disappointment, but you could have went through so much more tragedy. You could have experienced so much more pain and heartache that would have really broke you down. And that is what Spirit and God has protected you from, right? Those situations that you would have never got yourself out of. You know, those situations that people end up saying, oh, that was such a tragedy. Like, I cannot believe that happened. Oh, the good die young. I don't understand how it was them. Like, those situations, them is the ones I'm talking about. Them is the ones that God and your spirit angels have shielded you from and protected you from, right? And you have to know this, that's why that relationship did not work out with that person. That is why that job offer was denied. You know, that's why you didn't get approved for that loan. That is why, you know, that person ghosted you. That is why that friendship alienated you, right? These rejections were your literal protections, right? Spirit, God sees what you cannot see. And he's seen the intentions in the heart of these people that were plotting to destroy you. Like literally destroy you. End you, right? Like, and this is serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is seriously how protected you are, collective. And you've listened to your inner voice and your intuition, and you followed your spirit guides enough to get you out of danger. You followed them so much so to the point where you are safe, to the point where they have successfully led you to calmer waters, right? You've dealt with quite a few close calls, right? You can think back in your memory of instances where you felt like your life flashed before your eyes. You felt like you were just 1 minute away, one phone call away, you know, whatever. You were that close to suffering severely, right? You could have been that close to in trouble with the law. You could have been that close to ending your life. You found yourself in many risky, dangerous situations, collective. But somehow, some way, you were able to escape unscathed. That's mind-boggling, right? You know for a fact there is a God. You know for a fact your spirit guides and your angels have been covering you for a very, very, very long time because of that, right, collective? And I just made this message because I need you to know that, don't worry about the things that you think you may have lost, because it wasn't a loss. You have gained so much from what you thought you lost, and you were protected from what you thought was good for you. That's how much your spirit guides love you. And you, because of the type of heart that you have, collective, your spirit guides want to make sure that you are around the people you need to be around. They want to make sure that you are pouring into who you need to pour into. They don't want you to pour into people who are toxic, because then you just create a battery. You put a battery in their back to be more toxic and to continue to lead the world down the wrong way. So spirit wants to keep you away from those people so you don't energize the wrong people. So you were used as a test for people, right, collective? You can even think back to times where you felt like you were being tested, but really it was them being tested, people. They're to see if they were loyal. Spirit was using you to see, could they be loyal to somebody like you? Or would they betray you like everybody else did? And a lot of them people failed the test, right? And that's why there were moments in your life where it seemed like people just were ripped out of your life, gone out of nowhere, at the drop of a hat, right? Almost suddenly. Because that was Spirit's way of protecting you and getting them away from you, because they could not stay on the journey with you, because then they would take you off your journey and your purpose of what you need to be doing. This is just your confirmation that, listen, you were guided away from a lot of people, and that is why those situations did not work out. See, you thought that was your dream job. But God heard conversations, and He knows the intentions and true hearts of the culture at that job. Those people were toxic. Those people were nasty. Those people would have taken advantage of you, chewed you up, and spit you right on out. And God wanted to spare you from that. He didn't want you to go through that disappointment, right? Because the more disappointment that you go through, the more letdown, the higher chance of you resenting God, the higher chance of you growing bitter towards God, the higher chance of you starting to lose your faith in God and to stray away from your purpose with God. So God had to strategically protect you from certain people that would have it would have been the straw that broke the camel's back, and it would have been more devastating than anything, right? And so you have to know that you were being pushed and protected and hidden and rejected, right? From people who did not truly see your worth. And most of you, collective, who clicked on this message, I feel like you already know this and you appreciate life, because you've been through enough experiences to know, like, this isn't your first rodeo, so you know how the Most High, you know how God works, and you know that rejection is protection. So now you don't take rejection personally. You don't, like, if you're having a bad day or things don't work out or you end up taking a detour or you end up late somewhere, you understand that this is all Spirit working to protect you. You can't see the full picture, so you have to move by faith, right? And this is something that you have done. And You know, you've allowed God to shield you from a lot of things. And, you know, some of these situations were like, these rejections really felt heavy and really took a toll on your mind, you know, but it would have taken even more damage of your mind had Spirit allowed you to go through with some of these people, places, and opportunities. You would have been in more turmoil. You just have to know that, collective. I really hope that this gets to who it needs to get to, because I don't want you giving up on yourself or giving up on life or being frustrated with Spirit and God because things didn't work out. Understand you're being protected. And the more that you appreciate that about life, the more you will remain protected, and the more that you will just continue to attract those things and people and places that are meant for you. And you'll automatically repel people and places that are not for you, collective. Listen, if this is your first time here on the channel, hit subscribe. Listen, I want you part of the tribe, but right? It's truly a vibe over here, and we are growing, we are flowing. We don't live in our ego, and you know, it's just, that's just what it is over here. We speak facts, nothing but it. Okay, if you enjoy that, then come over, join us. Okay, I wouldn't lie to you. Listen, thank y'all again for continuing to support. It is Karkar. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.